lover's got humor. He's the giggle at a funeral, knows everybody's disapproval. I should have worshipped him sooner. If the heavens ever did speak, he's the last pure mouthpiece. Every Sunday's getting more bleak, a new poison every week. We were born sick, I heard them say. My church offers no absolutes. He says worship in the bedroom. The only heaven I'll be sent to is when I'm alone with you. I was born sick, but I love it. Command me to be well. Amen. 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 Take me to church. I will worship like a dog at the shrine of your light. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. Good God, let me give you my life. Take me to church. I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your light. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. Good God, let me give you my life. If I'm a pagan of the good times, my love is the sunlight to keep the God on my side. He demands a sacrifice to drain a whole sea. Get something shiny, something meaty for the main course. There's a fine-looking high horse. What you got in the stable? We've got a starving faithful. That looks tasty, that looks plenty. This is hungry work. Take me to church. I'll worship like a god at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. Good God, let me give you my life. Take me to church. Oh, at the shrine of your lights. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. Good God, let me give you my life. No masters or kings when the ritual begins. There is no sweeter innocence than our gentle sin. In the madness and the soil of that sad earthly scene, only then am I human, only then am I clean. Take me to church. I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lights. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. Good God, let me give you my life. Take me to church at the shrine of your lights. So you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. Good God, let me give you my life. Amen. Amen.
This goes out to all the women in the world, especially her. You know it don't even matter your age, don't even matter your color. Your fellas, I ain't forget about y'all. This is for everybody that like things. Just listen to what I'm saying and do it and take a chance. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put yours, then I put mine. Then we can dip down low and roll and grind. Get on the floor like I said before. Y'all remember that down low. Just put a little dip show, I gotta get that dough. Pay them girls what they work. Slip that money under that skirt. Take it off, baby, let me see. You might get a little more Lucci. G-string, having oh so much fun. Playing this side between them buns. Shorty got it going on like Marvin. Teasing me and she know I'm starving. Lick you up, then lick you down. I ain't finished, girl, turn around. Lick you up and down your back, cause I'm that freak, I'm freaky like that. Freak nasty, wanna see, can y'all do this right? I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put yours, then I put mine. Then we can dip down low and roll it round. I'm setting it off to another level. You digging freak nasty without a shovel. This is my world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. So what's up, yo DJ? When the party's getting slow, join this jam and watch that flow get taken over like a 94. When I had the whole world getting down low. New Orleans born, ATL living. Freak nasty is what I'm giving. My juice is sweet like Georgia peaches. Women suck it up like leeches. It feels so good, you must admit you like this. Shh, yeah, y'all know the song. So come on, won't you sing it? I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip.
All right, Chad, how we doing tonight? How's everybody doing this Sunday? Oh, I'm ready to go back to work tomorrow. Fuck. I take 2 weeks off for a fucking shutdown for the new job. 2 weeks. I thought it was just 1 week. Fucking went in Monday. Like, no, the temps aren't today. They're not till next week. Oh, cool. Well, I was starting a job trying to get some checks under my belt and have 2 weeks off. It's a decent job, so... You know, if it wasn't, I'd have said, fuck you, and found something else immediately. But that's not fun when you try to get some checks under your belt. Duke Tumwater in the chat says, what are your thoughts on the recent Zero Hedge J6 debate with Destiny? And I don't even know who that is. And then Alex Jones and some other people I don't give a shit about. Destiny is insufferable to fucking watch. So I didn't see more than a couple of clips on Twitter. I'm sorry. Destiny's like Nick Fuentes or Owen Benjamin levels of insufferable. Yes, I did have a happy J6. Thank you. Every January 6th, I share the picture of all those fucking shitbag congressmen and shit, all hiding behind their chairs and stuff. And I'm just like, I wish politicians felt like this every day. Dashing Rogue says, you two with late start. It's 5:40, man. This is way earlier than I would normally stream. Oh, I have a super chat when I wasn't live.
Have you heard of Jesus?
A pimp named Slickback tips $1 and says, nigga, I'm a pimp named Slickback. Well, thank you very much for that, Tom Papadel. Very, very helpful. I appreciate that. I can certainly use the money right now, so I'm not going to turn down that 48 cents after Streamlabs. So he says, oh, my job. Oh, I worked for like 2 fucking weeks, and then it was just 2 weeks off because, no, apparently they do a holiday shutdown every year, which next year, if I'm still there, and I kind of hope I am, that'll be nice, you know, because I'll know it's coming, be prepared for it, and it'll only be 1 week. Maybe the second week optional. It's just because I'm a temp, I didn't get the second week. Yeah, I wouldn't mind even 2 weeks off next year for Christmas. Fuck yeah. Again, if I know it's coming, I plan for it in advance. Certainly the 1 week would be great. Working the week between Christmas and New Year's blows. It just does. Nobody wants to do anything. You know, I don't want to do anything. You know what I mean? Like working the week of Kwanzaa is just not right. We should all have Kwanzaa off. Everybody, Kwanzaa should be a federal holiday, just so we get that whole week. I'm okay with that. It sucks, man. And I the first time I had as an adult that week off was working a foundry a couple years ago, and they gave the week off between. Most places didn't, and Lord knows I never have the vacation time saved by the end of the year. Fuck no, that's gone by then. But it is nice, man. It's nice to be able to chill that week with, because right after Christmas, at least me, I get like this big kind of downer. It hits a little bit harder. I shouldn't say it. It hits hard too after New Year's, because that's sort of the total end of the Christmas season. But right after Christmas, man, I usually bust my ass to try and make sure my friends and my dad and all we have a great fucking Christmas. I do the best I can, and that's like, you just sort of come down from it. You know what I mean? It's just natural. And I don't know, man. And it's sometimes like you get really nice fucking Christmas present. You got a really nice book or a video game or something you really want to dive into. And then it's like, back to work, asshole. So he said, I wouldn't be surprised if Kwanzaa becomes a federal holiday with direction this country's going. I mean, whatever. So, look, I know Kwanzaa's bullshit, and I know it's made up. But on some level, isn't every fucking holiday made up? At some point somebody decided, okay, today, like, holidays are kind of bullshit to begin with, if you're getting right. Like, we need them, you know what I mean? We do need them. But it's also, like, kind of horseshit. It's kind of just some stuff we made up, Like I hate to sound like a Redditor for a moment, but know, like, Jesus wasn't born in December, right? Like, most of what's going on around Christmas ain't got nothing to do with him. We just sort of slap Jesus on top of it, and it's fine, because it's all fun, and it's cool, and we all love it, and it's fine. I not to put words in the Almighty's mouth, but I don't imagine he's bothered by it, so it's fine. The whole fucking world celebrates his birthday. Whether they believe it or not. Might actually be what his birthday is, but fine. Thought that counts. So, whatever, man. I know a lot of... Because everything's a culture war and everything... We're going to fight about everything now. So, the White House... Like, this past year, the White House Twitter released an official Happy Kwanzaa on the 26th, And, like... Government... Fucking mayors and governors and presidents even, I think, have been doing that shit for years. Big fucking deal. They do that for, like, every fucking holiday. Happy Hanukkah. I'd rather celebrate Kwanzaa than Hanukkah, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, I'm just saying, blacks didn't sink the USS Liberty. That's all I'm saying. Whatever, man. People got holidays. Like, say, okay, good. I'm happy you're fucking having a great holiday. Like, I'm happy for you. Whatever gets you through this fucking life. I'm not bothered by that. I don't really think many people unironically celebrate Kwanzaa, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. But if you do, good for you. Whatever. You're black and you want some way to celebrate your fucking heritage. Like, well, it's not specific African heritage. It's just general African, heritage bits mixed all together. Like, yeah, cool. No black person in no black. Sounds a little harsher than I meant it. No black person in fucking America that's family's been here for any length of time can trace their fucking heritage to a specific section of Africa. I'm sorry to tell you, other than just broadly sub-Saharan. I don't know if you knew this, but they didn't come here under the fucking nicest of goddamn circumstances. I know we make a bigger deal out of that these days than maybe we should, but it is a fact. So yeah, if they're going to be celebrating their African heritage, it's probably going to just have to be broader African heritage. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, I'm not bothered by it. Like, whatever. You have your Kwanzaa, you have your Kwanzaa. I'll make fun of it, sure. Because it's kind of dumb and funny. But, like, whatever. You want to do it, do it. Not mad about it. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm getting a snotty nose. It's been too warm for the winter. Not that on one level I'm not complaining because I do hate the cold anymore, but it would be nice if we'd at least get one fucking hard frozen snap here to kill all the germs and knock the bugs down a bit. You have too warm of a winter, man. The bugs come back with a fucking vengeance in the spring. So he says there's a lot of evidence Jesus was born in December. I don't think there is, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I really don't think so. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. I'm not sure where you heard that. Because, like, you know, it was all that fashionable Reddit shit where they're like, Christmas is actually a pagan holiday. Because a lot of the traditions, you know, are fucking pagan things to refit it into Christian. Which I don't mind. I mean, that's fucking great. You know, we won, you lost. Your Odin tree is now a Christmas tree. Deal with it. But then the flip side of that, because again, the right always reactionary and usually overreactionary. It's like, no, none of it. It's all Christian stuff. The Christmas tree is totally a Christian thing. It's nothing to do with old pagan traditions that we just repurposed. Like, okay, now you just being stupid. Like, yeah, it was. So he said it ain't too warm over here. It's cold now, but I mean it's not January cold, man. Like it's not put a real frost in the ground cold yet. Pardon me. I know I'm snorting and honking like DSP. Pardon me. So I watched The Holdovers Monday. Actually, I grabbed the DVD. I know, old-fashioned like that. For you Zoomers, DVD. It's where you would purchase a movie, and it would actually be put on a disc that you could just own forever. I know. They'll tell you there's disc rot, but as long as you don't store the disc upside your greasy asshole, it'll be fine. Just put it in a cool, dry place. It'll be fucking fine for quite a long time. But anyways, I purchased this movie, the Holdovers, and it's fucking amazing. Holdovers is the best movie of 2003. Or 2003. I fucking wish it was still 2003. 2023. That said, I haven't seen Oppenheimer, but I'll be honest with you, I don't, like, aren't we all fucking sick of the World War II shit at this point? Like, come on. But I do want to watch Oppenheimer. I'm just not in a hurry. The Holdovers was fucking fantastic. Man, that movie was good. I knew it would be the moment I saw the trailer, but I was just... money was too tight to go to theater. And then I saw it on... I saw it on demand, on somewhere on my Roku. Like 1995 to fucking rent it. And I'm like, no, it's ridiculous. Even buying a digital copy is stupid. And so then I just, oh wow, the disc is just at Target. Cool. Blu-rays, by the way, are really, if you are concerned about disc rot, and again, that's a fucking massively overblown problem. That is overblown by a bunch of people who sold their fucking physical media down the river. And deep in their heart of hearts, they realized they fucking made a terrible mistake. So they're trying to be like, yeah, well, you know, it's all going to be dust one day. A billion years from now, the sun will explode. And what good are your DVDs then, right? Like, so that's what that shit is. All these stupid ass fucking Zoomers and younger millennials are like, I have everything in the cloud. And I totally feel good about that. So it is overblown. But if you are concerned about it, Blu-rays just really don't have that problem. I never got big into Blu-rays because they are more expensive, and I never thought the picture quality was that great. In fact, sometimes when you're dealing with older stuff, paradoxically, the better picture makes it look worse. But yeah, if you are concerned about that, Blu-ray's the way to go then. If you don't mind the extra $5 a pop per movie. That's right. Physical media supremacy for life. Exactly, Chad. Well, since his Oppenheimer was overrated, I do not want to see the holdovers. The holdovers were great, man. I want to tell you. The holdovers was great. It's weird. It takes place in 70, which they really don't make a big... I like the fact that this is a movie that takes place in 1970, right at the end of 1970, because it's around Christmas time, you know. And I didn't really... They might have mentioned it before and I missed it, but I didn't realize... I didn't hear exactly definitively when the date was. Until they were watching, like, the ball drop on TV. You know, it was like, oh, 70, 71. Like, cool. They did mention the moon landing before that, so I knew it was... I was placing it somewhere in the early 70s, just from my limited knowledge of, you know, I mean, my dad was saying 70. He was watching it with me, and he was dead on. Because, you know, he's enough of a fucking car nerd. He knows what year all the cars are. But, you know, my limited knowledge of the times before I existed, I was like, I want to say early 70s. Definitely couldn't be more in mid 70s. Because the Vietnam War was going on. I don't... Off the top of my head, I don't know when that ended. But it didn't go all through the fucking 70s. Yes, The Holdovers does look like it has an old school film grain. It looks great in that quality. And again, here's one thing I really appreciate about The Holdovers. Most of the time when you get a movie set in boomer time, let's just call it what it is, 50s, 60s, 70s. You know, late 50s to early 70s in particular. That becomes what it's all about. Okay? Like the Forrest Gump effect, you know, where it just becomes like nostalgia porn for boomers. You know, that's not what this was. Like I said, I got very far into that movie before I could have definitively knocked down exactly when it was. You know what I mean? But great movie overall, man. Paul Giamatti's fucking fantastic. Everybody, the casting of that thing was great. You know, they use real sets. Not even really sound stages. And not, you know, everybody's just in front of a green screen. Every goddamn movie now. Like, I get it. You got to do a green screen when you're doing fantastical sci-fi bullshit, I guess. But, like, just people in an apartment and we green screen it. Like, it's so fucking lazy. But no, man, fantastic movie. I really enjoyed it. I consider it the best of 2023. Now, I didn't see that many movies in 2023 because what the fuck was there to really say? I mean, you know. Like, what were the other movies I really liked in 2023? You know what I mean? Like, what, like the Mario movie? Probably some other ones that I'm not even thinking of. You know, like, somebody said Napoleon was trash with good effects. Yeah, I didn't really have much interest in Napoleon. Says, don't you find it funny we live in the best era materialistically, but we're so depressed as a society? What do you think of this? I mean, I wouldn't exactly say we live in a very prosperous era. Let's be real. You know, this isn't the 50s or the 90s. You know what I mean? We're certainly a lot less free. So that's kind of depressing, you know. The technology's better for the most part, but like, I don't know, man. Like, it's not. When Like, there's, in some ways, yes, we're better. And I always say that to all the trads that want to spurg out and act like we were better off when we were fucking, mud farmers working under the Catholic Church or something. Like, no, 99% of your ancestors would suck a dick to trade places with you. And if you don't believe me, just go to your grocery store and look around with fresh eyes, and maybe you'll understand what I'm talking about. That said, though, no, I mean, we're not... Like, try to own a home right now, If you're a young teenager, try buying a car so you have a little bit of freedom without having to get a car payment. Join the rat race at the tender age of 16 or something. Like, no, man, there's a lot of reasons to, it doesn't feel like there's a future. You know what I mean? There's a lot of reasons to be fucking depressed. I know there's other movies I've seen this year that I really liked. I really liked the Mario movie for what it was. I mean, it appealed to kids, it appealed to adults. It's just a fun family movie. It was, faithful and reverent of the source material. I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. Godzilla -1. That was the other one I was trying to think of. That movie's fucking fantastic. Yeah, Godzilla -1 was amazing. Even my dad liked it, and he hates Japanese people. So. I mean, I've seen other movies this year, but those are the three I feel like I can just wholeheartedly recommend. Like, I saw the new Ninja Turtles movie, and there was a lot of things I liked about it. But Splinter was fucking awful. April wasn't as bad as I thought she'd be, but she wasn't great. And both of them dragged that movie down pretty fucking far. I mean, there's good things about it. If you are a Turtles fan, it's probably worth a watch, but I couldn't give it more than that much of a tentative recommendation. It's like the Bay movies. Like there's good things about it, but there's some pretty major fucking flaws that I could totally understand if you just would ignore the whole thing because of them. So it says you can have a future, but your boomer parents will need to help you with it. I mean, pretty much. And to some extent, that's true. I mean, let's be real. Boomers want to go on about their bootstraps all the fucking time, but, half of them got their down payment for a house from their parents, and that's back when a house cost 7 raspberries. But yeah, Godzilla's great. Godzilla -1 is a fantastic movie. I mean, there's that recent bias, as they call it, recency bias or whatever the fuck. It's the last thing, so you most strongly remember it, but it's probably the best Godzilla movie. I mean, I'd have to sit on it a bit more and really mull it around in my mind, but having very recently plowed through, in the last few years, all the Godzilla movies, I could say that that's probably the best one. So, I want to take a look at some stuff on Twitter, guys. So, first of all, I want to show you all this very trad couple. Let's see if we can get into Windows Capture here. I want you all to see this trad couple. You see it? There it is. It's on screen. Very trad. Now, some of you are very innocent, or you're pretending to be very innocent. You don't know that that's Riley Reid. Current porn star. She got married a couple years ago. And I guess now has a baby. Which, that poor kid. So yeah, that's very trad. You know, one thing I don't get though. So the reason I saw this picture is because this guy on Twitter was talking about it, and a lot of people, man, the guy on the right is total simp for marrying up a used up porn star. Look, I've said this before. I don't like. Riley Reid is a current porn star. That's the reason I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. No, Riley Reid has not quit the industry. She is still making porn. That's my point. This isn't like ex porn star. Riley Reid's hot as shit. Okay. Like, if you hooked up with if you hooked up, or you, what am I trying to say here? Can't talk. If you wifed up ex porn star Riley Reid, I'd be like, that's a gamble, but it's worse things you could be doing. You know, maybe it'll blow up in your face, but at least it'll be fucking fun before that. But current porn star, like, so I've said this numerous times, like, me personally, I could probably date a chick with an OnlyFans. I know, oh my god, cuck. Oh, such a cuck. But here's the deal, I could date a chick with an OnlyFans if all she's doing is, like, getting naked on it. Alright, whatever. You know, if she's making me money, I mean, I might object to it until she buys me, you know, some old Ninja Turtle comic from the 80s or something. You know what I mean? Like, so the baby doesn't look like the father. Well, you got to remember, Riley is at this point a just absolute chimera of a million dudes' DNA. So that baby basically looks like every man at this point. No one. But no, I could probably date a chick that was just showing her pussy and butthole on OnlyFans. As long as she ain't fucking nobody else. Like, alright. It doesn't exactly make me a cuck. If anything, that makes me a bull. But I don't understand how the fuck you're going to date somebody that's a current porn star. Unless you are a cuck. I can't wrap my head around that. And I don't mean cuck in the insult. I mean, like, literally cuck. I can't begin to, like, how was your day, honey? Oh, it was a rough one. Like, what the fuck, man? You know. I can't begin to imagine how the fuck you do that. But you know what? Here's the thing, though. All the red pill guys, there's a big thing with, like, if you ever seen, like, clips of whatever podcast or something, you'll see this a lot, which I never click on, but it's always fucking recommended at me. Where it's like guys that seem like they're mad at these whores. You know what I mean? Like this guy was like, he's fucking dude, look at him. It's like, he's probably happier than you. Like, I'm sorry, like most of these red pill guys are miserable and alone and just one more bad day away from going full serial killer. So, like, I don't get the anger at these people. I don't get, like, I remember a couple years ago there was some story where somebody, like, got subscribed to a girl's OnlyFans and then found out, just so he could get the naked pictures of her because he found out who she was and he wanted to send it to her dad. And I remember, like, Arjun being like, ha, that's what you get, whore. And I'm like, that's fucked up, man. Like, how can you hate these women? That's my thing. Like, I get, like, you want to make fun of them. I'll laugh at them. You know, it's probably not the best fucking life choice, but I don't understand the anger. That's where I'm kind of, like, checked out with some of these guys. You know what I mean? Zach the Bong Ripper says, true, I am miserable and alone. But I thought you had Remy. I thought you had little Remy there. So I just thought trads wanted people to get married and start families. But I don't get the anger, man. That's something where I'm like, all right. Like, could you believe this whore showed everybody your pussy and butthole? I'm like, I mean, I kind of like looking at a chick's pussy, so I'm not mad about it. Somebody has to be, like, kind of hurting me, causing me some sort of harm, for me to be mad at them. I don't understand that, chat. I don't know. So another thing on Twitter I wanted to talk about. Okay, so this was first. I'll read this tweet, then the response. So this was about that stupid trad thought calendar that all the closet case conservatives bitched about. Oh my God, pictures of pretty girls. But this person tweets why are conservatives so bad at optics? And it, that's a good looking woman, but this is awkward and kind of there's something just off about this. You know what I mean? So the response to it was this. And I just saw this pop up on my feed. I don't really know who this person is, but I thought about this a lot. It's one of the many distinctions between conservatives and liberals. No matter what conservatives do when they venture into the arts, it just seems clumsy. There's a lack of sensitivity or sophistication. I think this is because to most conservatives, everything is simple and straightforward, which is a recipe for crude and unsophisticated results. Conservatives live life in high contrast mode, missing the subtleties. Life in all caps mode. The inverse of this is how liberals can't meme. When liberals / progressives try to meme, it's usually a wall of text. They lack the talent for simplicity. Most liberals can't boil it down and will overwhelm you with details and word salads. Liberals too much sensitivity, conservatives too little sensitivity. And I don't know, Chad, I just thought that was pretty fucking insightful. Because a lot of this will start to, a lot of behavior conservatives and lefties alike will make sense to you if you consider it as a temperament, less than a philosophy. Because for most people, it's not a philosophy. That's why their philosophies are usually so fucking contradictory when you get right down to it. So is it the dress or the uninterested man? Both, man. She seems unnatural. I don't know, man. Rogue says, I don't think I hate these thoughts. I pity them and I'm frustrated with them more or less. Look, I'm not sitting here telling you that Riley Reid's a fucking role model or anything. Most of these women are certainly not to be envied. All right. And I'm not sitting here telling you I'm not sitting here telling you that it's they're they got it together, they know what to do. No. You shouldn't be a whore, all right? It's not a good fucking position. But I also understand the fucking temptation. It's not exactly on the table for me being a fat 40-year-old dude. But trust me, if I could just snap a picture of my balls and pay my rent, I can't say I wouldn't at least be tempted. So I think the anger comes from them still clinging to the fairy tale notion that women are pure angels who isn't supposed to like sex, and seeing a woman showing her wet hole destroy. I mean, look, a lot of conservatives do have that Madonna whore complex. I mean, that's pretty intrinsic in them. So said, I met Josie in real life. She's just an attractive person. She's a good-looking woman. I mean, I'm not going to pay for the stupid, conservative thought calendar, but I'm also not mad about it, like that gay black rapper. So it said, people who are not leftoids are more cerebral, or leftists are emotional thinkers and should not be making important decisions. I mean, you're probably not wrong there, but the problem is, art is a more emotional endeavor. You need a certain emotional intelligence to make art. All right? You can't just be autistically cerebral and make art. It's not going to fucking happen. It's not going to work. Now, also, on a broader sense, there's a difference between art and propaganda. And the reason a lot of what leftists make now is such shit is because they don't understand the difference between art and propaganda. It's just the conservatives have kind of never understood it. Says, I'll pay for a picture of your balls, Bedglov, to help you out. Well, hit that super chat, man. Hit that super chat. Maybe I'll set up a goal. And when we reach the goal, I pull my balls out on camera. How about that? It says, a side note I've noticed is that the right has a blind spot to evils of women. Again, that's because it's a church, for example, makes every failed relationship the men's fault. Again, man, the conservatives and the church especially has a Madonna whore complex. They absolutely do. Okay? If women aren't a filthy porn star, then they are pure as the driven snow. Since Stanley Kubrick was autistically cerebral and made some of the best movies of all time. I mean, yeah, but he could also climb up his own ass and make crap. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, most of 2001 is shit. Like, I'm sorry to tell you. There's some good moments in there, but they don't fucking string together all that well. And the ending's kind of nonsense. Oh no, you're just not smart enough to understand it, said everyone that can't explain it to you. And like I said, these are just kind of broad generalizations. I mean, you know, it doesn't apply all the time. You know, I mean, I could tell you that, you know, most men are physically stronger than most women, and that's a fact. But at the same time, most women could beat up Tim Pool. So, you know, there's always exceptions. Since 2001 only makes sense if you read the book. So the movie isn't anything but an advertisement for the book. I'll take your word for that. Because truth be told, didn't even know it was based on a book. So, I'll take your word for that. It's a classic case of the book was better. I mean, that happens. Happens a lot. She says, here's the deal. Emotional intelligence is not logical or based in wisdom. Leftist artists, whatever, think of with their emotions. Good for art, terrible for governing. I'm not disputing that. I mean, you're not wrong. I don't necessarily think the government should be all run by right-wingers because they have a lot of fucking blind spots, you know. When right-wingers are completely unchallenged, you get shit like the Patriot Act. So, because again, they think too much in black and white. You know, they tend to think too much in good guys and bad guys and shit like that. And next thing you know, they're like, well, it's the Patriot Act. You got nothing to hide. You got nothing to fear. And, you know, look where we are now thanks to that. She said most of Kubrick's movies were based on books, actually. I mean, probably his most famous movie outside of 2001 is The Shining. The government should be run by me. He says, confession, I was attacked by a guy in a monkey suit that was attacked by the leopard in 2001. I still have the scars. So those right-wingers are emotional thinkers too. I mean, everybody is. Look, the thing is, right and left are temperaments. When you get right down to it, right and left are temperaments. And neither one of those temperaments are inherently wrong. And frankly, a healthy society needs both of them in at least some manner of balance. But yeah, very few people really think out their fucking political philosophy or even just the consequences of their fucking action. Look at the right now. Oh my gosh, a couple weeks ago, some Redditors put up a Spirit Halloween statue in the capital of one of these states, and right-wingers are like, well, I guess we better get rid of freedom of religion, because that surely won't bite us in the ass. We're mad at these LARPing fucking Satanists, a bunch of goofy atheist Redditors that LARP with a fucking dollar store devil statue. Better just throw away. That's how they think. That won't bite us in the ass. Why would that bite us in the ass? There's no way that could bite us in the ass. And again, it's such black and white thinking. If you say to them, well, you know, what about freedom of religion? Are you saying you like the devil? So, I don't know what to tell you, chat. I'm not fond of the right or left anymore. Dashing Rogue says, I disagree on the notion of freedom of religion. I think it needs to be a crackdown on what is a religion, what is an ideology. Well, that's cool, man. I'm sure, like, giving the government to decide what is and isn't a legitimate religion, I'm sure that couldn't possibly bite you in the ass. I can't foresee any, as Bubsy once said, what could possibly go wrong? Hey, Dashing Rogue, you're Catholic, right? So I'm in charge of the government now, and guess what? I don't think that's a legitimate religion anymore. You know what? That cool? That fair? So it says, how about this Bedglov? You show us your balls. Oh, you got to bring in the money first, okay? So he says, I'm against freedom of religion when it comes to Islam and Scientology. Well, it doesn't work that way, champ. I'm afraid it doesn't. I'm all for freedom of speech until somebody says something that hurts my feelings, chat. It doesn't work that way. Catholicism isn't a religion. We treat them as third-class citizens. The Bong River says, I worship PVC. I have to, or else Remy leaves me. Was Remy really that known for just doing fucking black porn? I mean, I'm sure she did, but I think she was just known for being just a porn star. I don't think she specialized in fucking black. I don't think it was like, what was Harmony, California? I don't think it was a Harmony, California situation. I think that pussy was just mercenary. I think it just went wherever. She fucks for coin, not cause. This is why I'd be more concerned about Marxism claiming to be a religion, and then you can't target them because it's a religion now. I mean, I can see your point, but I don't really see that happening. And also, like, you do have the right to be a Marxist. You understand that? Like, you have the right to have a philosophy. We shouldn't be doing thought crimes. Okay? Like, we're not going to throw somebody in jail because they think something. That's kind of a dark way to go down. It doesn't ever fucking end well. Like, yeah, I fucking hate them too. Trust me, I hate... As far as I'm concerned, everybody that isn't fucking small government dude like me is fucking Marxist. And I can't stand any of them. Right? All the trads that go on about all their dumb shit. As far as I'm concerned, they're Marxists. They're just Marxists that believe in God. Right? Fuck them. But, like, they also have the right to think what they think. They have the right to say what they say. He says Zelensky has banned a Ukrainian Orthodox church. I'm not surprised. So he said, what are your thoughts on right-wingers going after libertarians more often recently because they think they're too permissive of degeneracy? I have noticed a ton of that, man. The right is steering hard, at least online. I don't know how much this, Twitter ain't real life. I get that. But, man, they're steering hard into the authoritarian ditch. And the more I hear them doing that, the more I'm like, I don't know if I want them to get fucking power again. Because what are they going to do? They're going to make some new fucking monstrosity in the government. The Department of going after porn or whatever the fuck they're on about. And in the moment they lose the reins because they're so terrible at holding on to power, it's going to get turned into the Department of, being against straight men or something. They're steering hard into the authoritarian ditch right now. And I kind of like it. I kind of like the mask off. But it's also reminding me that as much as I hate the left, the right are far more capable of coming up with horrors than the left. Because the right's a little bit more competent. So it says, actually, it could be argued that Islam and Judaism are more politically ideology than spiritual. They're certainly materialistic in a metaphysical sense. Christianity is a contrast to this. Judaism is a religion of ethnic and racial supremacy. So, if you want to have hate laws, you could probably outlaw it based on that. So he says there were laws that block Marxists from holding office in certain states. I totally agree with you. You have the right to be Marxist. You can't take office. I don't know about that, man. Again, if it were my standard, yeah. Nobody that's not basically Ron Paul could take office if it were up to me, but you always got to think of how that shit's going to get turned on you. You really do. All right. It's very tempting to take the One Ring and think, I can use it for good, but you really can't. So the nature of subversive ideology is that it uses your values against you. That's why they're subversive. I understand that, but at the same time, the solution isn't to throw your values out the window. Again, that's what the conservatives wanted to do after 9/11. Oh, they hate us because we're free. So I guess we should be less free was apparently their fucking plan. If I have a cancer, you could chuck me into the fucking medical incinerator. Be like, well, that cancer's fucking dead now. Yeah, but this is Islam has taxes and its own system of jurisprudence, hence why I want the separation of ideology and religion. Again, how far do you want to take that? Most religions
Have you heard of Jesus?
Speak on on how government should be structured to at least some extent. Diddy Kong Racing Fan 97 tips $5. Thank you very much for that. It says balls, but I think we're gonna have to do a little bit more than $5 to whip my balls out and thus nuke my YouTube channel. Go all PPP, show my fucking asshole. I think it's gonna have to be a little bit more money in that. Might have to be some zeros involved there, but we're off to a start. So the laws on Marxists was because it recognized weapons from foreign nation. The problem is they just took over the schools. Look, you could argue that if somebody has connections to a foreign party. If somebody has communist leanings, I don't think they should be barred from office. I would love it if they would, but again, I worry, does that mean that we're just going to, are we just going to bar, who are we going to bar next kind of shit? I don't think your philosophy is how we should bar you from office, but like your direct connections to, say, the Communist Party of China, which would be most of the Democrats, by the way, that's probably enough. Oh, by the way, your direct connections to Israel should probably be enough. We recently had a Republican congressman who got mad that the little Muslim girl, AOC's little sidekick, had a Palestinian flag. So he went to work as a congressman wearing his IDF uniform. A sitting congressman went into his office, went to, work as a congressman wearing the military uniform of a foreign nation. I mean, I kind of feel like that should probably be, treason. And a little Muslim girl waving a flag. It's one thing to wave a flag, though. That's kind of borderline. But when you're wearing a uniform of a foreign nation now, are we occupied now? I mean, yeah, we are, if you want to get right down to it. But so he says philosophy becomes a problem when their ideals get... I'm not saying it's good to elect them. I'm just saying making a law that says, oh, you hold this philosophy, you can't be elected, is probably a law that's easily abused. Though, again, if I'm the one enforcing the law, I guess I'd be happy with it, because I'd throw out basically everybody but Rand Paul and maybe Ted Cruz. Says that perhaps there needs to be a law that states that you can have freedom of expression as long as it does not take away the right to expression. I mean, I see where you're going with that. And look, to a lot of extent, there's not an easy answer to this because you can't make a law. Look, we're not really a democracy, but we are a democratic republic. You can't really make a law that says don't vote for the shit guy. Like, what? Like, if you had a monarchy, you can't make a law that says the king shouldn't leave his kingdom to a shitty person. Like, what happens if he does? Like, the laws aren't fucking magical Harry Potter Hogwarts shit where they just enforce themselves, okay? They just... To some extent, you're going to get the government you deserve. So, like, we could sit here and talk about, like, how things should be structured till we're blue in the face. But at the end of the day, do we really deserve a government that's any better than this? And we, all of us. I mean, look at me. I'm a fat fucking slob. I'm sitting there talking to you when I should be, like, fucking writing my book, or at the very least fucking doing some house cleaning. You know how much dusting I need to do the fuck around here? I have tons of like action figures and bullshit like that. That shit needs dusted all the goddamn time. Or I should be working out, bettering myself in some way. And guess what? I'm fucking not doing any of that. I'm sitting on my fat ass and talking to you. So like... maybe there really isn't much of a solution right now other than we should all just try to be a little fucking better. Maybe we need a little bit of the fucking Lobster and Jordan Peterson clean your room shit right now. Because I don't know, man. Trying to top down this shit ain't gonna work. I can tell you that much. You wanna wish on a monkey's paw to fix things, and it ain't gonna work. It's gonna really bite you in the ass. And I mean, like I said, I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to you. But maybe we just need to be a little better across the board. She said we need Jesus, not what the churches talk about, but real Jesus. I mean, there's that too. have you heard of Jesus? But yeah, make your peace with God and try and fucking better yourself. Like, maybe instead of sitting around the red pillars and, like, being mad about the fact that Riley Reid apparently has a family. Does she deserve a family? Fuck no. But at least on the surface, Riley Reid seems to have a happy family. She probably really doesn't. Probably not really but let's say she does. She seems to have a fucking happy family. And then she goes to work and, like, blows like 40 Mexicans or something, whatever the fuck she's doing that week. She goes to work and films herself at a glory hole, or, she sucks dick and licks butt for money, and she has a happy family, apparently. And again, probably not, but fine, whatever. Let's say she does. Does she deserve that? Fucking no. Let's be real. Fucking no. But what do I deserve? What do you deserve? I'm a fucking idiot who can't get his shit together. Are you all any better? I don't know. Maybe you're a little better. Or maybe if you're honest, you're not much better. So maybe you need to, like, take a look at what's going on with you. And don't be mad at all this other shit. I mean, you want to like make a joke about it. Like, that's fine. I'm with you there. But, like, you want to be mad at somebody, be mad at yourself. Because I bet you're doing a lot of shit that you should be mad at yourself about. I deserve a goon cave with Lauren Boebert in it. I don't know if you deserve that, chat, but I don't know if I deserve that, but I'd certainly like it. So I just hope her kid doesn't end up dying like Piper Perry's. Ooh. Get out. That's some fucked up shit. That was some fucked up shit. Turns out that leaving your kid in the care of a meth head while you go and get gangbanged, probably not the best parenting strategy. Don't worry, Bedglov. I'm a useless piece of shit too. But again, maybe that's what the fuck you talking about right now. Like, I get it. Biden sucks. Okay, but it's like, what are you gonna vote for Trump? What's Trump gonna do? All right, he's gonna lower the taxes. That'd be nice. He's gonna probably keep us out of wars. That'd be nice. But really, the reason Biden can't drag us into a war is because he's decimated the military. So if anything, maybe Trump's going to fucking rebuild the military because right-wingers love their big, strong military. And then in 4 years, it's President AOC or something, and she goes and fights a war against Argentina because their president is all based now. Who knows, man? So yeah, I'll probably vote for Trump because the taxes would be nice, but that's... If he doesn't win, oh well, fucking live with it. What can I do? At some point, I don't know, make your peace with God and try and better yourself. Because here's really a case where, like, you get the government you deserve. We all get the government we deserve. I mean, not the Fed post, but, if we were really pissed off, we could do, we could go all French Revolution on this shit. What would be stopping us? Again, I know I'm Fed posting. Maybe I'll lose my channel, but nobody listens to me. Who gives a shit? I'm not advocating anything. I'm just saying. I get it. Personally, I think the guillotine, the one flaw in it is that the people in it should have to look up. Should have to see it coming down. But then I'm a fucking dick. I'm a mean fucking asshole. So what can I say? So yeah, man, take care of the people that love you. Take care of yourself. Try and better yourself. And I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to anybody. You know? I don't want Mommy AOC to seize my means of reproduction. I'll second that, chat. Because you know me, I'm very libertarian, very libertarian in the streets and authoritarian in the sheets. But yeah, I don't know, man. Go to the gym. Try and better yourself. Take care of the people that love you. All the shit. Read your Bible. Just read in general more. You know, like... I know it sucks, and I know, like, you know, our government's full of a bunch of devil-worshipping pedophiles, and it's, you know... Like, yeah, if I woke up tomorrow and I had the power of Superman, I'd probably burn Washington to the ground. Like... But it's probably not going to happen. Doesn't seem very likely. So you just got to make do. Got to live with it. What else can you do? You know? I don't know, that's some food for thought. You know? We all make fun of Jordan Peterson, and for good reason, but maybe he was on to something. But we just need to clean our rooms. Well, that's about it for tonight. So he says, do I want President AOC to put her boot on my neck? If that's the only thing she's wearing, then my answer is yes. Well, I'll second that. Yes. If that's the only thing she's wearing. I want to watch AOC and Boebert go at it. Little bipartisan action. But yeah, that's what it boils down to, man. Just try and better yourself. And it's a bunch of small little steps. It's, you know, in many regards it's simple, but it ain't easy. And I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to anybody else. And I say, oh, you're preaching to the choir. Well, sometimes you gotta preach to the choir. She said, wait, you're leaving. What about your ball picks? I told you, man, $5 ain't enough. You gotta keep them ducats coming for that, okay? We're off to a start, but just to start. All right, chat. That's about it for tonight. I probably will stream next weekend. I don't think I'll stream this week because thankfully I'm working. But if you're listening and I'm not live, you can send a super chat and I'll see it when I am live and read it. That would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, man, I hope 2024 goes a little better for you than 2023 did. At least for me. I could say 2023 wasn't very good. You know, job issues. Buried a man I literally knew my whole fucking life. Wasn't great. So, here's hoping 2024 goes a little better. So, that's about it for tonight, folks. And thank you all for listening. Bedglov.